I had never touched a guitar in my life. I'm in the midst of a Christmas Carol at the Dallas Theatre Center and backstage celebrating that I hit one chord correctly. And here we are, fast forward 6-7 weeks later, and we're playing multiple songs and singing and playing at the same time.
I'd say I've been playing the violin for about 6 weeks total. And by playing, I mean scratching it out. It's tough, but it requires a lot of bravery to be new to something. I'm trying to reframe my thought process on it. It's hard to do something that's so difficult and want to be so good at it and really tell the story well, and I'm just doing the best that I can.
She's doing great. I was in band in middle school.
Of course you were.
Of course I was.
What'd you play?
I played the clarinet and then the bass clarinet.
Of course you did.
So I knew how to play music, and I went into the audition and I told them that I could play clarinet, and Cindy, our music director, was like, "That's not going to work. You can't play clarinet in a mariachi band." But I've been playing like you. I've been playing for about 6 weeks on the vihuela, which is it's like a cross between a guitar and a ukulele. And both of my index fingers are sprained and my hand cramps up, but it's been really fun. It feels like math to me. Like it feels like a puzzle. I forgot how much I enjoyed playing an instrument. And I'm still playing it pretty badly, but I'm getting better every time. It's been exciting.
She sounds great.
And it's cool because the journey that we've had on these instruments is the same journey that the girls have in the show.
What does it mean for you all, like in your journey as performers, performing over the course of numerous years for all of you individually, to continue to see Latinx representation on stage and screen?
So I saw the original production of this down at the Old Globe. I flew out to see it. A dear friend of mine was in the original cast, and James Vasquez, who just directed us here at Dallas Theatre Center and In the Heights, was the original director. And there was this visceral response that I had to seeing the show, because seeing yourself represented on stage in a way, your culture represented on stage in a way that you never get to see. I mean, it's very new. Then to look around me at the other patrons who were not, Latinx or Hispanic or even people of color at all, and to see the way they were affected by the production and to see how deeply it moved them and touched them. So he's created this very specifically Mexican story, but it's so human that's really the beauty of it, is that anybody who sees it is going to see something that they relate to be able to tell that story and be a part of it now, to be on this journey, getting to tell that story for people it's a dream come true.
I think we all know as a company that we have something very special in our hands, and we've been so fortunate this season with Dallas Theatre Center, just like taking it head on and say, hey, we're going to tell Latino stories this season. And we did In the Heights, and that was, for a lot of people, a great way to show a side of life that they may not know and still fully understand it from their own experiences. And then on top of that, to have American Mariachi soon after that. I mean, it's, we're putting in the work. DTC is putting in the work. And it's so great to see for them to be leaders in the community that way.
Yeah, I talk about this all the time, but I grew up on the border. I grew up in a place that was 98% Latino. And the one community theater in town, theater wasn't a big deal in Brownsville, but the one theater that I found, where I found my love for theater, I was still one of the only Latinos there. To be in my 30s now and to be part of this season, heavily Latinx influenced season, and Real Women Have Curves last year.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that trend, and I love that our kids in Project Discovery and kids outside of that. I love that there's maybe a young kid who looks like me in the audience.
Absolutely.
Who gets to see us. I mean, that's powerful that it's us.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna touch people. It's really funny too. Like it's a really, really funny show, and the music, oh my gosh. Even if it was just like a concert, a polite concert of mariachi music, it's really, really gorgeous, and I think it's really gonna move people.
And how special that, like, our parents, you know, my parents who immigrated to the U.S. and are predominantly Spanish speakers and not really English speakers, that they're going to be able to see a show and just fully understand it wholeheartedly and get it. I mean, that is so special, and that is so exciting, and that doesn't happen everywhere. And I can't wait. I send my mom and dad, I have a text thread where I just send them updates, a picture of the set and of the costumes, and they just get so excited. One of our violinists in the mariachi group played for Juan Gabriel, who is, I mean, my parents and her parents, I mean, all Mexican parents
He is
worshipped Juan
royalty.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, I was starstruck knowing that.
You all mentioned a phrase that José continues to say, and I think it's beautiful with everything you've mentioned about family. What is that phrase?
Amor, familia y tradición.
And for our non-Spanish speakers, that means?
Love, family, and tradition.
Woohoo! Yes.
Oh. Look at you, you're bilingual.
Thank y'all for taking time to break bread with me, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your tech.
Thank you,
Can't
Mom.
wait to
Thank
see
you.
Onstage.